Hello from the beautiful state of Arizona, where I get to ride this gorgeous Street Triple RS MOTO2 Edition, and this will give me a good first impression ride to see if I want this bike, and also to test it out for you guys and let you know exactly what I think of it. This MOTO2 Edition has 128 horsepower. It's got full Olin suspension in the front as well as in the rear. Stylema brakes, amazing. Holy crap, I can't believe they put Stylema brakes on a Street Triple 765. Stylema brakes are usually reserved for super bikes, but they've included it in the MOTO2 Edition. And then the fuel tank on this bike is 3.96 gallons. The fuel tank on mine is 4.6 gallons or somewhere around there, so this is a little bit smaller than my current Street Triple RS. And the other thing is, listen to this, it's plastic. I can't believe that Triumph made the fuel tank plastic this time around, but they've included so many other cool things in here that are a huge upgrade to my current Triumph. But anyway, enough talking. Let's get on the bike and start riding. This Triumph Street Triple 765 Moto2 is something that I've been creaming over since it was introduced. This fuel tank is this bright green, yellow, whatever you want to call it, fuel tank that is the Valentino Rossi color. It's almost like riding a high visibility jacket. You will be noticed and you will be seen, my friends. And to be honest with you, this isn't my first ride, because last night I got here sometime around 2-3 o'clock, and then after looking at these bikes in the garage, I was like, let's go for our first ride. So just before sunset we went for our first ride, and I got to ride it for about 20 minutes. After riding it for about 20 minutes, I was like, wait a minute, WTF, man. The power on this is a little bit down. Isn't the power supposed to be more than my current Street Triple RS? I was like, there's an issue with the bike, because I'm not feeling power on this thing. It doesn't feel like my Street Triple, because my Street Triple compared to this feels like a monster. And then after thinking about it some more, I was like, wait a minute, how high are you up elevation wise? And he was like, I'm 3,600 feet elevation. And I was like, that's it. The reason why the power is down on this bike is because of the elevation. If you take this thing back to California, where I am, which is like literally on the ocean, this thing will rip your arms out with the kind of power that it has and the torque that it has. Because my Street Triple RS feels very, very powerful compared to this. But the only reason why is, like I said, because of where we currently are. But anyway, I'm not really worried about the power, because considering that this is an upgrade to the previous gen Street Triple, I already know it's more powerful. Take it back to California and this thing will rip my arms out. But regardless, as far as how the bike feels, I think that this bike is a lot smoother than my current Street Triple. I definitely feel that it's an upgrade. The brakes feel a lot more powerful, like very bitey, just a tap of on the brakes, and this thing will slow down very quickly, and that's because it's got the crazy Stylema brakes that are mostly used in super bikes nowadays. And now it's crazy to think that they put it in something like a Street Triple RS with only 765 cc. Anyway, let's rip this thing and see what it's about. Let's not hit the guy who gave us the bike to ride. But we'll do one of these. This thing is planted, like literally planted, like you're riding on rails. And because it's got brand new tires, brand new brakes, the whole bike is brand new. It's got like 1,000 miles on it. I dare say it feels brand new, because it is brand new. The other thing that has been improved on this bike, as I can feel it, is the transmission. Super buttery smooth, man. Quick up and down. It is really, really, really smooth, and it's very seamless. And I think they've done something to it, because going down in gears is not very notchy like my current Street Triple. Like my current Street Triple, there's a little bit of resistance whenever you're going down a gear or up a gear, and sometimes it's a little bit jerky, and you don't really notice it until you start riding something upgraded like something like this. Because when you're riding the Street Triple, it feels absolutely great. But when you ride the Moto2 Edition and you see the comparison, they've made some huge improvements. Because this thing is really, really smooth compared to mine. Other things like the clutch lever, it's still got the vibration. I don't know if you guys can see that vibration, but the clutch lever is vibrating. I wish they fixed that. And I don't know if you can hear it, but this does have a stock exhaust. It's very, very quiet, and I hear more of the wind than I hear the exhaust. When I'm really on it and I give this thing the full chat like I am right now, like I'm wide open throttle right now and I can hear the exhaust, but unless I'm wide open throttle, I can't really hear anything. And I'm somewhere around 6,500 to 7,000 RPM. Triumph motorcycles are always very, very premium feeling motorcycles. And with this latest Triumph, you can definitely feel the premium in the riding. It feels very smooth, very agile, easily tossable, even at 86 miles an hour. Look how light and sharp the steering is. Now I'm doing 70, but if I get back on the throttle, even at 86 miles an hour, I can toss this thing left and right without problems, even in turns. For some reason, last night when I was riding the bike, it didn't feel all that powerful, but all of a sudden, I'm starting to feel some of its power. Maybe it's because I gave it a little bit of the petrol effect. It's like, alright, petrol head's behind the wheel. I don't know, you know what? It's just, it's something I'm gonna have to go home. And then, when I get home, I'm gonna do a comparison video of my current Street Triple and figure out exactly how I feel about this bike. First impression rides are really difficult to give a first impression right away. Sometimes you gotta like let it marinate in your mind and think about it a little bit and see how you feel about it, and then compare and contrast. And I think that's what I need to do with this bike as well. Overall, I think I'm in love because I like the styling of the bike. I absolutely love the color. Green, yellow, whatever you want to call it. It's just a drop dead gorgeous color. And then of course, let's not forget clip-ons. You get clip-ons on a Street Triple RS. And you know the reason why this has clip-ons? Because I know Triumph wants to make a Daytona, but no one's gonna buy it. I'd love to see Triumph make a conversion kit, so this way you can turn it into a Daytona, because it already has clip-ons, and it just needs a front fairing. And so this way you can convert it into one of those bikes in front of me. And then, you know what? Sport bike simps like me can be happy and rejoice. And until that happens, don't hold your breath, because it may not ever happen, but maybe third-party manufacturers could do that for us. It'll be interesting to get on the Daytona Moto2 next and then compare, because the power is very, very similar. This has 128, I think, and that has 129, or vice versa. So the power is going to be exactly the same, but I'll probably feel more speed on that than this, because obviously this doesn't have fairings, so the wind drag is going to slow you down, but that should have better top end. As far as the screen is concerned, it's the same exact screen as my current Street Triple. I really haven't made any big differences. It looks pretty much the same, I guess. The colors are a little bit different, and I think you can change the colors, but it provides the same amount of information. Distance, you can make calls with it. It's got navigation, turn by turn, etc. It tells you what your MPG is. How about a Street Triple Moto2, fellas? It doesn't get better than this. Should I buy one of these? Leave a comment down below. What a bike. What a bike, man. Getting full tuck on this feels like a sport bike with these clip-ons. It's quite amazing, actually. I'm all the way back. My behind is touching the plastic piece in the back, and I'm really tucked in. And the ergonomics are so comfortable, even though this has clip-ons. It feels natural. It doesn't feel like I'm bending myself like a pretzel. And the seating is a lot more comfortable than my current Street Triple RS. My current Street Triple RS has one of those kind of seats that kind of pointing downwards, so you always feel yourself hitting the tank. But on this, it's nice and level and flat, and it feels more plush. And I think that has to do with the bike being brand new. And I think they might have changed a little bit, made it a bit softer, because no matter where you sit on the seat, whether it's the front or the rear, it's still very, very soft. Oh, as an FYI, I completely forgot to mention, I'm in track mode, the ABS is in track mode, the TC is in track, and the engine mapping is at track. So we got full track mode. All the rider aids have been turned off or minimized completely. And I think that's one of the reasons why I feel more of the power. It's not holding me back like last night. It feels more like a proper street triple now. And I think if I was back in San Diego with the normal altitude that I'm used to, this would definitely have more power. Wow, the brakes feel so good on this thing. Wow. It feels like 10 times better than the brakes on my street triple. And guess what, guys? We got cruise control on a street triple. Oh, the reason why I didn't bring it up before is because this is a sport bike. This is raw, unfiltered. You're supposed to ride it quick. Who gives a shit about cruise control? But I had my fun with it, and now it's time to cruise. And look at that, guys. Super comfortable, leaning back, cruising, beautiful straight road, out in the open desert, no care in the world, cruise control on, doing a comfortable 61 miles an hour while we wait for our good friend Dave to show up. Because I think we lost Dave. He's a couple of miles back. I mean, obviously you're doing 140 miles an hour the entire way here, so about to lose somebody. I really enjoy riding this bike, and I wish I could swap it out for mine, but I'm having kind of a hard time selling my bike at the moment. So until a buyer comes along, I'm gonna have to keep my current Street Triple RS and just continue to re-watch this video over and over and over again. This thing is just incredible, man. Look how beautiful this thing looks. The green paint on this thing, oh, it's just so beautiful. I actually like the tank because it's more aerodynamic, and when you're sitting on the bike, your elbows can rest here, and it's a lot more ergonomic than my current Street Triple, I think. It feels a lot more comfortable as well. Overall, fantastic bike. I think in order to change out the exhaust, you got to change out like everything, so it's really expensive, and it's a big job compared to my current Street Triple, but I think it's worth doing it, man. There are some modifications done to the bike, so if you're looking at it and you're seeing things that are a little bit different, that's because he's added the reservoir and who knows what else in here. So some things might be a little bit different than what you're used to, but for the most part, it's stock. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys on the next episode where I get to ride that baby, or maybe I'll show you guys the 1200 RR or who knows what else. But anyway, see you on the next one. Peace.